What?
For entertainment purposes only. I repeat, it is not serious. It is not real. No one is
Your ass
exposing,
crazy.
revealing, indicting, or telling you anything about
What?
themselves. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals. Do not have
The
you
hell
make
wrong
use
with you, nigga?
of. Enjoy the show.
Oh no, not the baby.
Right now, we should start the show.
Jordan, what up? We are in the middle.
Joe to start?
Yeah. Gang.
Oh, Joe here?
Hard to say. Yo, the notebook. So we were talking about, just so y'all know, we were in the middle of an argument, I guess. The Guardian put out their list of 100 best films of the 21st century. So I sent it to Ish and Imani. Parks and Mark, y'all did it?
I thought.
Yeah, I was here. Yeah, so we.
I'm going to have a conversation with Aaron. I like doing two people.
I mean, part of the research is actually going out and getting
My man part of the money. So I just saying for no reason. There's a reason.
Here y'all go. Yeah, I outperformed you this
You
month.
got a D. Oh. Joe. That was. What's up, Missy? Happy now, Joe? Wait. You gotta say D-I-J? Yeah, nigga, he got a D-I-J. He got a D-I-J. That's crazy. You ain't just make that up. You thought that. I just made that up on time. You got a whole.
God damn.
No, I just thought about it. But yeah. I was proud of Ice. He did really good this one. He did his best. And I think we should give people. Stop. Tweet at my man.
Listen. Get this shit off. It's already on this campaign, so let him get this shit off. Some of us have the campaign. There we go.
Thank you, sir.
Mark, you got it?
Let's get straight to it. Yeah, sit in that seat. We need some leadership.
And when you got the tongue draw, stop, boy.
God damn.
Why you got a tundra, nigga? What you doing in the tundra, you bitch ass nigga? What you doing in the tundra?
What you doing in the turkey? You can't have.
Why you got a tundra, boy? You come up to your own tricks?
Give JR his shit back.
Well, let me talk to you. That's the last time I was here. I went to examine you. Going to your twitch. You going to DC, coming in the tundra. Oh, I'm working out. You don't know that, boy. And the back is coming. It's not even over. I checked for fucking shit right residue. Like us? Yeah.
Clean?
Yeah. So, where you going? You all over that 40. Yo, stop. Look, he said some shit that fucked me up. No, fuck that.
What you said?
He keep doing what I thought I said. He keep saying shit, boy.
My man too. Yeah, Marcus in that shit.
Hey, yo, dog, how you gonna say you let Ice be?
That's the part that fucked me up. What's up with
Yeah, we back.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Part four.
Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Yo, we working the show, y'all. Call me. Yeah, it's 2:30. There it is.
All right, go ahead. Look crazy.
That's why you never ring. You put minutes before the bills. Yeah, nigga, I thought you. Hey, yo, I'm paying them bills. Yeah, my address, hey, everybody know these niggas got an extra nigga. I post them record. How your day doing, man? How was your birthday? Word. What you for your birthday? Time on the phone. We good talking to you, man. I mean, I owe you a lot, so at least you can do my day. You have to go. I went with my family out. You left quickly. You said your family was home. No, I didn't say that. I said you said that. No, I did not say that. Expose the fact that he live in his content house. Get your shit off there, man. Record himself and come, hey, shit, I don't want to say that. Yes, no. But I wanted to keep my birthday calm. I have a goal this year that I'm trying to accomplish, so I don't really want to go out and do anything. You know what I mean? And sometimes I don't want to be a party pooper. You have to be a party pooper. I didn't want to do that to the family. Right. You go outside. I already have a plan. Once I felt that, I shut that whole shit down. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. Oh, right. You gotta enjoy it. Word, bro. You know, you gotta enjoy that shit. We want to celebrate you. I mean, next year's 40, though, right? I'll be 40 next year. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. You should grow something. We should grow something for it. He's that age. We gotta. Like, we done this show video today, yo. You not a hustler no more, boy. It's hot outside. You don't boy. You don't gotta hustle. Take the hoodie off. It's hot. I just came out from outside, you can't think it's hot. You don't gotta hustle. You're not young. Facts. Facts. I just want to I miss you, yo. I think about you a lot. Oh, I miss you. Another time. I'm trying to show my muscles. What muscles? Trying to get them to show them. I'm old niggas that go to the gym and doing karate. They coming to go to the gym. I'm gymless. They ain't had no gym. Muscle. It's all right. No. Let me ask you a question. What's up, man? Because you got a perspective that I need. My wife texted me toward the end of the last episode. She texted you when you was home? She texted me while I was here working. Okay. We're full-time employees, so we she's working to be out here besides with her girlfriend. She was concerned because the massage therapist, she tells me, man, it's not okay. It's just I was intrigued, you know? They think I'm casual. You know what I'm saying? You're the customer. As for a woman, it's not an issue. Massage is supposed to be relaxing and comforting and free. Now, if you're going to be anxious, that's not okay. That was my progressive man. I'm going to talk you through this. Thinking this thing shouldn't give you no massage. I'm not saying that's right, but the flip side of the brain. Boy, tell your wife. Nigga, I am Haitian and Jamaican, nigga. No. Never. So we ain't gonna say his name no more, so we gotta keep leaving. I'm sorry. That's my fault. I did that. But it's a very aggressive. Shit, black shot the mail. So your lady call you and say, yo, massage. It's about to do it. What do you say? Our households are a little different. Jackie, you want a massage? She'd have checked that. She'd have got to do it. She'd have got a woman. She'd have made sure. By the time it got to me. So wait, so she just already feel that she still went through with the massage? Well, she went. Her? Let's ask somebody to let's compliment her. Oh. Look right here. Like, like if you drop your use. Because have you ever been a massage? Or you ever CNN shit like that? What you got help me? Talk about this thing. How do you feel about it, girl? You want your wife? Yeah, dude, I don't think it's not fucking. I just, she said she was uncomfortable with it. That's what made me feel away about it. If she, once I take she's happy. It's one thing that you know, this last year when I was talking about the like, oh my God, after I die. It's one of the things where I have a thought in my head. I'm just saying in the sense of like I said, like I wouldn't want her to think, but I wouldn't tell her that. Sure. Right. But not because I'm not being honest with you, because I don't want that to be where I end up. I don't actually give a fuck. I mean, my massage is gonna be from a woman. It's not gonna be from a dude. Right? I mean, like you want your so in your house, your wife massaged by a woman. But then when she said to you, I don't feel comfortable she massaging you. She didn't want you with a woman. When she said I don't want a woman massaging you. The Malcolm X household you got and whatever comes in, I shit different from his. He into all that. Wait, into what? The party. What was Minister Fat? I say to us, nigga, we go. Shout out them. You into that? Friends into that? Mark, you care? You care? Split? Yeah, I wouldn't be that happy about that. But would you say? Well, would you? Wait. Let me talk to you real quick. Talk to me. What's the ethnicity? What's the race? Is it the race? Race don't matter to me. I mean, it matters a little bit. She said box. To black people, it matters. I would say white to him too. I'll tell you why. It's a little bit of race to the whole, right? If she told you it was like a 5'3" Asian guy, don't care. Right. You want to be holding. I mean, no, but she's taking Thompson and shit to the. How do you? That's great. The worst about this shit. Bro, it's the people that say massaging your chick and Mr. Wall. Passion, she like this part, bro. I'm a passion too. Styles of Mike got too much passion of the Christ. Promotional shit. I'm cool. Alright, so if your wife came and booked like a couples massage, right? We've done that before, right? Done it before. And people get there and it's a man and a woman. I've done that. I've had that happen. My girl feel a way about it then. I'll take it. I'll take the shoes. You want to share something. Yeah, you got strong hands, right? Frank. Oh, my girl asked for a woman. For what? What was the name? This nigga Aisha. I heard about it. There was some time. Long time. I'm sure. Long time ago. Okay. I agree with you. No. We'll come in. Two dudes walking. Oh shit. Yeah. He's ready to trade for us.
You a player, nigga.
And it was like, this is all we had here.
That's what I said. I'm shocked that you ain't get that.
Some upscale shit.
That's the reason why I be coming in saying, damn, Zoom, I'm surprised you ain't even got it. That game looks sexy. If my human money is good enough, I'll go get it. I'll buy it tonight.
So like, man, this is crazy.
sound crazy.
I'll buy it tonight if my money's looking good.
Just congrats you. He did it quick.
Oh, so,
You got your advance.
a lot of my big friends, yo.
Is that Uncle Miss Fiona? Is that on?
What's that?
Mel was like this Uncle Miss Fiona? Yeah, Mel was loose. I'm saying massage shit, like a massage from home. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I guess it was that situation.
like, come on, bro. I was like, fuck it. All right, straight.
Come on, bro. This is all for you, Itch.
This is what I say. I do relax, but like I've done it sports.
That's the same.
So,
Sports, huh?
these like the sports. So that's you get there. I'm gonna say you can rub that video. They do this like
I didn't do it.
I don't know, because even when I tore my Achilles, a homeboy could tell I didn't really want him massaging my ankle. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know. I think we gotta do better with it. Tell the dude, so I massage my ankle a couple times, but I can tell he,
Because you can probably sense your energy.
yeah, it's a possibility.
You got it. That's it.
That is a
In that situation, I think they have other shit. I mean, don't put the oil on,
no full body.
don't put the music on.
Wait, you want to go dry? You dry, bro? I'm not putting on no elevator music rubbing me down. I'm like, it's not.
You overthinking it, man.
I know.
Yeah, just lay back, relax. But she said she ended up asking for a new masseuse, and she asked for a woman, and dude looked real disappointed, like almost like a you don't. She said it was like almost like a you don't trust me kind of face.
Oh.
You know what I mean? He said there are no other women. There's no women here. No, he offered it though. He said there are no women here, so you have to just reschedule. And she decided she went through with it, which I'm glad she did. And then she texted me afterwards and she said it was great. It was
She
amazing.
come home pretty happy.
With 3 exclamations. Time.
Oh, this is right now.
It's right now.
Oh, that's why you're on the phone.
That's what
That's what I told y'all.
He was
He was trying to call over there, but they don't got service in here.
I was on the phone with the doctor.
I'd have called too.
You threatening that nigga, yo?
Yo, bro, just take it easy on her, please.
That's crazy. Anyway, y'all, we have a legend in the building.
Yes.
Who we need to bring on.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite artists of all time.
Say,
Music legend, a musical genius. Now, I don't use that word light talk. We use it too much. This dude is talented across instruments, across genres. He's an international artist.
Facts.
He's a legend, stole more records in a little bit, and he's still going today. Please give a warm round of applause. Welcome, the legend, Wyclef Jean.
Saca Fed. Forgot to say Big Jersey.
I deliberately didn't.
Yeah,
That's a part out.
Big Jersey. What's going on?
what's going on, man?
I'm good. Wearing my Haiti colors.
Yes.
Yeah, after the World Cup.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all was
They
watching.
play well. Yeah, they will.
They played real well. That Morocco game. They did well. Yeah.
Nigga, you ain't age.
Word.
What's up with all everybody coming up here? I don't age. I'm looking younger.
My mama is like 86. It's the genes. Yeah, she 86. I be like, you know, when you tell somebody, be like, yo, you look young, they be like, yo, trying to sell you on some cocoa butter. No,
Black soda.
it's just the genes. Good genes, man. It's Creole. Definitely some Creole. So
So how you feeling, man?
you know, highly favored. You know what I mean? I had a rough couple of weeks. Lost a nephew.
I'm so sorry.
So it's like hard when, you know, because we're a little older, so we expect this to go first. So again, it's been a little rough, but we get through it, you know, as a family. You know, one thing I learned after losing, like a nephew, I realized that no matter how busy you are, you gotta put that time with the kids. It's like, it's sort of like when I was coming up, when they'd be like, you'll take a village to raise, you know what I mean? And then sometimes you think like, damn, what if I made that one phone call? So I gotta move now is moving forward. Like no matter how busy I am, even though I would stop my daughter call, I don't care what shows I'm picking up. But I gotta do that for all of them. Yeah, nephews, everybody, distant cousins. Yeah, so they need us. That's a fact. Other than that, in touring the world, having an amazing time, country to country. I always say every week it's a summer jam. You know, we're fortunate enough to be blessed. With that, my wife say I don't work. She said I just have fun.
I mean, right, that's the goal, though. Mad at me. You know, it's crazy. I just realized because we just had Jay do his 30th and 25th. Next year, 30 years of the carnival.
Yeah, and this year is the score.
Yeah.
So 30 years of the score. Shout out to Miss Hill. Prize. We celebrating heavy. We headed to London. We have the big arena show. Dave Chappelle. Going put together like it's called like the diaspora. Almost like a diaspora fest, like a festival. And Erica back there. A lot of artists gonna be there. So throughout the year we've been celebrating. Just got back from Morocco and just doing like different events. Just celebrating the 30th year anniversary. It's just insane, right? You do something and it's like 30 years later and you show up in the arena and it's like kids from like the crowd is like from 18 to 16. Like, yo,
Every word.
how do these 18 it's the same way when I was coming up listening to like Bar One. Yeah, it's like so I believe like that progressive music, that taking time, like it pays off in the long run, that consistency. So the arenas have been pretty amazing. Next year we celebrate the Carnival 30th anniversary.
Gotta do it big.
Yeah. So, good stuff.
We were talking about the carnival maybe a month ago up here, and I was saying like it's one of those albums that it doesn't get the credit it deserves for being a genre change album. Do you feel like people finally catch up to how great that, how classic that album is?
No, I think that I'm always like 30 years ahead of my time. Like, as I was like that kid, like at 13 years old, I was already like playing like more instruments than I could pick up. You know what I mean? So I felt like when I did the carnival, though, the label thought I was crazy. I ran from the score, right? So we labels are it's like, yo, give us another.
Because they want to be bitches.
And then so while we was on tour,
I want my copy.
it was like I just
Want my hard copy.
paint this picture and like bring it back to tri-state. Like so for people who don't travel, like almost like it feels like a travel guide. You know what I'm saying? Like a hip hop travel guide in a way. So in doing that, I just remember when I delivered this album to Sony, I don't know what kind of mushrooms they thought I was doing. Like, yo, because you gotta think it's an era where the album is English, Spanish, French, Creole, over 32 different rhythms. You going from disco from Combata country, from country to hip hop. They're like, yo, what is this? You know what I mean? But I always felt like the idea of like somebody saying this is country music, this is jazz, you know, this is R&B. I was always like, well, who made this rule up?
True, right,
Like,
right.
we all know Beethoven. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what hood you, like, when I was growing up in the hood, you rolling that, of course, right? You playing the seal, y'all roll that, and in the background, yeah, you got it. Yeah, in the fold.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how I did the carnival. I was like, yo, we gonna defy the idea of like we're supposed to have hip hop.
Is that what's inspiring you doing Quantum Leap now?
Yeah, so I got 7 albums coming out, right?
Oh, what?
7 albums coming out in a year.
Seven
in a year. But I've been working on this like 7 years. So this is how I feel the future of putting out music is going, right? I feel like radio, like, no longer has like power. Like, meaning like it used to be like Yeah, radio would dictate what it was. Now the radio no longer dictates it.
Right. That's true.
The star now is the average person, of course. Right? There's no more mystery within a celebrity, right? Your whole joint is online. Right? So that means that how do we consistently put out new music and make it relevant to the time? So now, as I put music out, you can no longer judge me on first week sales. That don't really exist. Yeah. You can no longer judge me on a Billboard chart. How are you going to judge me on a Billboard chart? If 10 million people Google me a month,
Plus, you've done it.
right. You can't, like, you know what I mean? It's like, what kind? Bad money?
Out of Jersey up in here.
While you here, let me say something for the record. I was doing a show, and I DM'd you. Dude, I was doing this jazz show in New York. It was like for 4 days, and I tapped you on DM. I don't know. I was like, yo, I'm doing a show. It's going to be a jazz show. I had did 4 days at the Blue Note. So I had tapped you. I was like, yo, blah, 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 blah. But, you know, you ain't hit me back.
Damn.
He love the Blue Note too. That's why. He love the Blue Note.
I know, but then afterwards, because I follow y'all show, and then I heard you talking about it.
Yeah.
The Blue Note. I was like, but you know what I'm saying? I was like, man.
Oh, yeah, I went.
I DM. So just so you know, for the record, I love you. But I'm just gonna let you know, we'll be back again at that Blue Note. So a formal invite to everybody. You know what I mean? Please come out and see our jazz set when we back.
For sure. We're there. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. We're there. We love the Blue Note here.
I absolutely love the Blue Note. I love the Fugees. I love City High. Like, I love Why. I love, like, of course, first of all, I'm honored. Thank you. Of course, I would have been there had I seen it. Now, I try not to stay where I don't really do too much, but I would have absolutely loved it. I'll be there next time. All right, I appreciate it. How you doing, man? Amazing. I woke up this morning with my good brother Stu Surf. Sort of remix you that you did. Same bunch of video I saw it. You said, yeah, this car is $7 million, right?
No, the Sue Surf situation is I struggled on. So I was at the MTV Awards a few years ago, and I was giving Shakira an award. And when I was giving Shaq the award, I was like, yo, free surf.
Remember that? Yeah, I remember that. Word.
And then afterwards, I got some backlash, right, where some reporter was like, white flag promoting criminality. And so we're on the biggest platform, right? Because my thing is like, why put me on a platform if I can't say what I need to say, right? So when Surf told me, like, he from the inside, like where he was at, he heard that, and how that made him feel at the time. You know, it's important that when our folks go away that we like let them know that not forgotten. Because a lot of times they just go away and they disappear. So for me it was like just and like, you know, let's do a record. You know, we went back to 1108 South Orange Avenue, my local in front of my dad's church. And everybody was outside, and it was just like shooting, and it was just amazing. So, but you know, of course, though, we rappers, you know, rappers got doing their little punchlines, you know, it's the bar, you know what I'm saying? But again, it was exciting. It was great to see him. His energy was pretty amazing. Again, remember the Memphis like battle rappers and song, yeah, right? And then so I'm from Belleville House, New Jersey, and I was battle rapping. I went to Burger School. Yeah, you went back. I was battle rapping with Tame.
Right.
from
Stop lying.
Artifact.
Don't lie to my man, yo.
No, he did. No.
Yeah, Bergen. I know Bergen. He's lying.
Yo, I'm saying hip hop on Artifact.
Yes,
So me and Tank went to school. And when I went to school with Tank, I was battle rapping. And Tank wasn't in rhyming, so was on feet. So like that's how. So I came into school like '84. I was like, my first name's Nell. Like my middle name. In high school, you're gonna be a rapper. You gotta like sassy it up. So I was like, yo, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I came from that era of just applying words, right, as a method to not have to fight as much, right? Because like in the song, when I say, you know, you speak English, that's common sense. Yeah, I had to learn how to speak English for self-defense. You know what I mean? So
They don't know what we went through.
right. So when they say battle rappers cannot write songs, I think that an artist like Surf, he defies that. You know what I'm saying? I think that what we might lack right now is just more like super crazy producers that would do an entire project, because everybody's so busy now that they can't actually sit there. It's like, you know, Dr. Dre, he'll sit there and do an entire film, you know, Eminem an entire, you know what I'm saying? The Fugees an entire cohesive body of work. I think sort of like as we move towards the future, I think it needs to be like more passion. Because I think like some of the older cats like Dre, like Timberland, like Riley Jerkins, I think like there's something that could be offered to a new generation that still is not out there. You know what I'm saying?
One that how could a new artist reach out to you or anybody you can to get you to produce an entire project, but I mean, how much would that cost a new artist?
Well, the thing is,
It's okay. It's all right.
I was not going to do $7,000.
What up?
Yo, let me tell you, Madeline Nelson is over there. You will not find one artist that's a new artist that's coming out today
Did you at least get
that I've
MVP at least?
one penny. Never.
Well, what's the reason behind that? Why do you do that?
Well, the first thing is, the artist to me, right? If you're a new artist and you're coming out now, right? First of all, where would you actually find the money? Right? Because think about it, it's sort of like, okay, when we was coming up, it was a little different, right? Because if my man is making a movie and I'm in the music, right, he can look out from there and be like, okay, go ahead, do that. Once you do the music, I know you got it. Right now, this generation, it's like a simulation, right? And what that means is a lot of what you see is not real, right? So you can see an artist. So think about it. When we pulled out the car, it was like, okay, that car is real. You know, today, that same car, a 20-year-old can rent it for one day.
True.
Get a videographer, take mad pictures, like just line it up for the entire year. And then on TikTok, throw all the fake money around. And then they're popular. So think about that. So that means that for me to be like, yo, it's gonna cost you this amount. We're in an era where that don't really exist no more. So the only way it works is you have to find an artist that you're passionate about. And you're gonna put that investment in. And then once you turn it into a brand, that's how you gonna make money. Yeah. So that's how
Produce based on a passion that we like.
for me to do it, it gotta come. I gotta know that I'm gonna dedicate something like special, super special to it. It gotta be like a superpower. You know what I'm saying?
Coming up when you were younger, right? Because you produced a lot of your own music, right? When you, how many no's did you that? How many no's were you told in order for you to start producing for yourself? Or you just came out the gate doing that?
Alright, so let me tell y'all what y'all doing. Think what y'all know. My first album was a church album. I'm straight up gospel from Haitian church. I was 15 years old. We pressed up our own Bible.
church. Like straight up, yo, it was we was called the Jean family. The Americans called this the Jean family. So we did that, right? And then so I'm like 15, and at 16 years old, I left Haiti when I was like 8. At 16, I'm in the studio with Curtis Blow. Damn. So I left Haiti at 8. I'm showing you. At 16, I'm in the studio with Curtis Blow, right? And then so keep in mind, I'm a church boy from the church. I play jazz, and now I find myself in the studio with Curtis Blow. Who's a superstar at the time? Yeah. Right. Curtis Blow was like the Dr. Dre at the time. Right. And what interest they found in us at the time, I was being managed by my high school teacher, Wayne Slappy, my gym teacher, who became like a drama major. Right. He used to bring us to Ras Baraka's father's house, Amir Baraka, like straight up, like this dude, like he ran north. And what he was playing, like literally the dude played jazz all day in the house. So this is sort of like the energy of where I came from. So from there, I had one of my boys who used to hustle a lot in New York City, like he did. And one day he found himself in a room, and it was records before me. And it was doing house music, right? Dog. And we used to go to the clubs and dance. Like when I tell you I dance, like I'm straight up from that era. Hip hop, house music. I used to love it. And while he was in the studio with dude, they needed a song written. And he was like, yo, I know this in New Jersey, he'll write this song in 2 minutes. So the train went over the easy streets, recorded the song. Y'all can Google this thing. It's called Out of the Jungle. I'm barely 18 years old. Barely 18. Now in the studio, I think I got $50,500. Back to the hood. Going back to the hood in Newark. This record came out. They didn't know my name. And I guess some nigga was like, yo, you sound African, man. This is called Afro-Cali. Afro-Cali, Out of the Jungle. It's the record. Years later, one of my DJs, Flex, not Funk Master Flex, another Flex, who played house music, like, yo, did you have a twin in the 90s? I like, he said, yo, man, this is artist Afro-Cali. That sounds just like me. I put on the record, and I was my own soul. And when y'all go back and y'all listen to this, will, which later people ended up sampling. I'm showing you like my early days of the time saying. So for me, I'm from that era, and then I'll tell y'all the one crazy story. When you see Hamilton today, it's an article about me, Lauren Hill, Miss Hill, MC Light. 25 years ago, before Hamilton, we did the first hip-hop musical off Broadway called Club 12, where it's like I did all the music for the musical, and it was like a hip-hop musical. So for me, coming from all of this,
45 years ago, Carmen, too.
Yeah, way before Carmen. Okay, so watch this. So you had Carmen, right? And then so you had Carmen. Carmen shit. Before Carmen. Watch this, baby. Before Carmen, Club 12, first hip-hop musical ever. Dick Lawrence like 13, MC Light, Lisa Carson, everybody came up from, this is the era, this is where we came from. So just insane, man. Like the idea of like somebody saying no, like that's all they done told me all my life is no. But I used the no as just a fuel for yes. You know what I'm saying? Period.
I always wanted to ask this question, and I know everything is good, everybody is good, right? So one day I was listening to Lauryn Hill, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I just decided to throw it on. And I looked and I said, well, why wasn't Wyclef a producer on this album? And then I Googled it. And then what Google told me was, you weren't supportive of her going solo initially, but then when you offered your help or offered your services, she declined it. Like, is there any validity to that? Was that true? Did you didn't support her going solo for real? Or that's just something that's made up?
Well, I mean, it's cap. I'm almost 60 years old. We have what's called evolution. So October 17th, I'm about to be 57 years old, right? So, how many years ago did the miseducation come up?
97, 98. Yeah.
So, the thing is, the Fugees, as kid stars, like everything we did is online. Like, there's nothing more under the sun, right? So, as a young kid, as we grow up, there's mistakes that you make as young kids. You'd be like, if you could go back in time, would you change things or make them different, right? So within my growth and my evolution, back then we was in speaking terms with the idea of the miseducation. So there would be no conversation about the miseducation because we was in speaking terms, back then. I would say again, back then, what I've learned from is like if I could do it all over again, and it's very important that as men that we acknowledge mistakes. Like if we fuck up, you gotta be like.
So I didn't get his sword. Okay.
And it's like I'm telling you, I done.
Now I'm about to go get his sword now.
And it's like when you hear me like singing, someone please go now, boy, like bro, I know, like you know. And the idea is like, do you dwell on the past or do you push forward towards the present? Yeah. So for me, I would just say the most amazing thing right now is Mrs. Hill's sons, daughters. I'm their uncle. I show up as an uncle, right? And I show up on stage for my sister. And it's sort of like everything that was wrong, I get to make right. So the fact that I'm alive and I'm able to do that, again, man, highly favored. God's great.
We got it. It's a little messy question.
I'm trying to trip him up. Hey, listen, bro, I'm not old. Mark over here. I'm not old like you niggas. So, meaning that I don't know the history between that. I met this guy, he showed me a lot of love, and he invited me to his home. Of course, I know the history. My mother loved him. My mother called me, yo, I want to see it. Nah, you chill. So, but I did Google that. That's a true thing. I don't know the history of what happened. Now I'm going to go look at it now. When I go, I don't know what happened. I don't remember. Just ask my man. I got love for him.
I know, but you just said something, and I just want to clarify it. You called us old niggas.
I do. He's older than us. Oh, I'm not talking to a fellow Asian. No, I'm not. You're not age bracket,
We could go push up.
You turn on me for that? What do you think?
Nah, you can't call old niggas old niggas.
That shirt.
That's a fact.
I don't speak Korean, but yes, I know what you're saying. I should have called on.
You ain't really Haitian, yo.
I'm half Asian, but my mom is Asian.
You definitely Wapun choice.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, but no, I don't drink, but I eat sauce bar, I eat grill,
Translation, black beans or brown beans.
Yeah. From nation.
What did y'all ask before I got here?
So you got
I'm just feeling out, bro. I don't have a messy question.
I actually had a question. You got a messy question. That's for anybody. Anybody. You be like, yo, keep it real.
Certain dudes when they walk in here.
Listen, messy, but I think we in the same place. I don't know, man. I want to know where, sort of the status of prize. I know, I'm sure y'all in communication. No. Personally, I just think he got a bad deal. I watch a whole lot of folk, slaps on the wrist. I feel like it's a raw deal, but are people fighting for him? What talk to him? Where's his head at right now?
I definitely agree with you in the sense of he definitely got a bad rap.
Yeah.
Right. So he got a bad rap for multiple reasons. At the end of the day, it's more people than God that took money from this dude. right? And this dude funding movies, all kinds of stuff when you look back at it, right? I think that when you look at the situation, as we move forward, um, what I'm hoping for is clemency. Okay. Right? Because at the end of the day, I feel like I know Prize personally since we were teenagers, and they ain't no bone of criminality, like the idea of like criminality, like behind heights, right? But I feel that moving forward, I pray that he gets a pardon. Okay. And I speak to him through brother Ben, and he's in high spirits. Okay. Head up, let's fight. No.
I have a question. Oh, go ahead.
We live in a time where a lot of what we see come to revive hip-hop, some of the battles, Dr. Kendrick, Drake, John, other new stuff. I always wanted to ask, what was your stance what was going through your brain when Cannabis analogy? You standing on the side of being a mentor to Cannabis. I know you got nothing but respect for LL. Where did you stand? Yeah, like how did you handle that? Take a real did you produce it? What was your mental space at, and kind of mentoring him at that moment, knowing that the person you're going against is LL?
Okay, so the first thing, there were 3 records. There was the Cannabis, there was the LL Response, yes, where LL
Do it.
What's called me the imposter. And it was what's clever to do with it, right? So there was 3 records in the process. This is hip hop, right? And you already know how to go. So first of all, Cannabis is like a little brother to me, still till today. I think that yeah.
Oh no, man.
Yeah, yes.
What's wrong with you? This last name.
Why wouldn't you? Why are you kidding me?
No,
What the fuck, my whole fucking hip hop childhood out the fucking window? These guys are buddies.
Yeah, no,
Why would they be? Wait, why you ain't want them to get us? School?
That's not true. That is not true for the whole remainder. Cannabis spent the whole fucking, he spent years with this white class.
yes, sir. Today, he's my little brother, and he'll always be my little brother. Because let me tell you, right? So, there has to be something bigger than a rap on a record, right? Because you see where I come from, it's like pulling up at my house and shoot at the window. But this for me is like, because you're frustrated, right? And then having the wrong crew around you is gonna pick you up to say the wrong thing. So when we child, but when you big, you gotta think like child, act like child. Because once you realize that, we can understand it. So in saying that, think about this. Cannabis comes out with his album. Show full support in the process, but let's just run over it so y'all fully get the whole scope of it, right? So at the end of the day, if Cannabis can have a conversation with Eminem today, I'm sure it would have been a different conversation, right? Because you're older, I would think that, right? But I remember just with Eminem, my whole dream was like for Cannabis and Eminem to get together. Like for me, it was like, because those are like, as a producer, it's like being in the studio. I was like, man, if these guys could ever get together. In this process, right? That didn't happen, right? And again, it didn't happen, but I want y'all to look at it, right? We don't just become mature. We start off a certain way. We can do things differently.
Use the weapons around the fort, but not down fatalities.
And I do have this album. And I see still like online till today, like some people like, yo man, Cliff, messed up. Cannabis is cool.
People said it, bro. I like that.
So
That was in there. Yeah, the time that was
Yeah, so, but remember, the time that was in, so what happens is, from second round, the streets are expecting something, right? Because you are, you're. So in this process, I bring cannabis to him. He'll tell you this. And in England, I'm doing a show. And this is the first time that cannabis is going to see this kind of a crowd. You know what I'm saying? Well, like, Cliff, we love you. It's like Asian Beatles vibe. You know what I mean? And the show's going crazy. And I'm like, cannabis, you gotta go back to New York and finish the project. Clark Kent.
Rest in peace.
Right? R.I.P. So, it's like, do you stay in England or do you get back with Clark Kent, right? So, I cannot make the final decision for any individual. So, you got to tour in England, you got to go to November, to come out, right? He gets to New York, he finishes time to me is just one of the most amazing lyricists. When this album comes out, Charles is managing, right? The whole team is managing. The album comes out and it does not do what it needs to do at the time, right? I play long haul games. I play short games. I play the full chessboard, right? But it's like, when you look back at that album now, as far as like the numbers that it did, the gold album. So at the end of the day, everybody that was talking and saying he's still sitting with the gold album. And statistics, how many people have a chance to have a gold album? So it means like you would be gearing up. So y'all did, okay, we're gonna come to the next one. And I think the frustration of everything around us was like, I'm going to get that clap. That's the next one. Process of that, him going to the military. After that, coming out, I reached out to cannabis. I was like, yo, bro, we got to get together because I'm mature. I'm more mature now. It's a process because I got love for the kid. I got a love for him. And where's he at today? Right? When I said that, cannabis is a little brother to me. No. The reason why he's a little brother to me is because in this music industry, this is the most vicious industry to think about. Right? And it's like, I know people that committed suicide, I know the dope dealers, I know people that are fighting. Some people, all it takes is just one conversation to know that, yo, do you want to have that conversation? Because I'm a strong believer in harm. So at the end of the day, that's where I'm at with this idea. The reason I'm the one that's pushing it, I'm like, yo, I miss you, dog, right? Even with the class notes, I was like, yo, I got some stuff, dude, you know what I mean? I do a remix because I feel like this was the first one telling me about AI, man. Like before anybody cannabis, I watched the freaking website, the first rapper. It was like, when I tell you this kid, like a hip-hop website, he's always been a genius. And when I speak to him, I says, yo, people need to pay you for your brain, not for just for your rhyming, because we're in a new world and you're more important. But I wasn't mad.
Street Steady was your artist.
He was the artist. Are we talking about the streets or are we talking about facts?
Yeah. Let's talk about
Facts. Cannabis was not my artist. And when someone is someone's artist, it's signed on paper that I am the person's artist.
Yeah.
Cannabis was never a Wyclef Jean artist. Cannabis was signed to Charles Soup through Universal. This was Cannabis. Wyclef comes in through the directive of Cannabis, Charles Soup, and Universal, and I'm going to give my opinions on what it should be. So if I say the majority of the project should be done by Clark Kent, and I'm on tour and you're touring, and you feel like that's more of a vibe, I'm not going to tell you to go back to New York. That ain't my job. That's the manager's job.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I just wanted to be very, very clear and
Yes,
clarity
sir.
is very important, right? At the end of the day, my love for cannabis is like a little brother. It wasn't for me like I'm about to make a gazillion dollars off of cannabis. As an artist, if y'all notice, have y'all noticed something? Wyclef Jean
Oh
blew me up
shit.
with the carnival. They tell me that there's 4 women that are amazing singers, and I go ahead with Jerry, and I do the song that becomes No No No.
Yes.
They're not signed me. What do? I take them on tour. I let them open up for me because this is what I do at the end of the day, right? So when when uh when uh when Beyonce speaks, right? Shout out to Beyonce. When she speaks and she's like, "Oh, Clef did this record in 30 minutes," or like, "Yo, some of the best times we had was when Clef put us on tour," right? Or when I did the cards and she's like,
Retreat into the fort and use the
I
barricade.
was so grateful the short time that we had spent with you and your family and putting us on tour and having that energy. I can start one by that and saying go through 1,000 artists that I've done that for. Because the thing about me is Quincy Jones was my mentor for real. Like this dude brought me out to Montrose and everything. Growing up in the church as a composer, I just love talent. So at the end of the day, I think talent more than business. Because if I thought business over talent, you get what I'm saying? So you probably have a hardest
No, it's frustrating that you get more blame for what goes wrong with cannabis than you do. I don't blame credit for the Destiny's Child and people like that. I feel like it's not even in terms of the credit you get versus the blame for them.
I don't even look at it.
They help you things like
I
that.
don't. My brain don't really think like that, right? So my brain thinks like this. It's just that, like we here right now, right? 200 years we ain't gonna be. So what's gonna really matter? Like that's how my brain thinks. Like, so what appears to be relevant today in real time? So somebody say, man, so in 200 years from now,
Those conversations.
why Clef gonna be like a Beethoven in these research? It's gonna be like a Thelonious Monk. What is he gonna be known for? So that's sort of like what I look for. So in saying that, I don't look for credit. Right? What I do is I look for that validation of the artist. Like if the artist is content, they'll content.
Was your mind always like that, or it took time to come to maturity? Now, there's a lot of people that fight for the credit, getting credit and being acknowledged for the work. That's a thing in this industry to this day. Now, I spoke to you privately before, and you told me the same thing you're saying now, but I wonder where that came from. Like I said, I'm just humble beginners from Haiti. I've seen things, I understand things. Is it? I'm not gonna stress myself over things that I can't control. You know what I mean? Like, where did that mind from? Why that way of thinking?
Man, I do so much and I just don't remember. I think 6 months ago I was talking to Cameron and I called him and I still want to get Cameron on the record. And I called him and then the first thing Cameron goes is like, come on, man. Anything for you, man. You put me on feature ever, man. It took me a second to remember that. Right? So the thing is like, I know so many people that's just what I do. You know what I'm saying? To like DJ Khaled. That's like my brother, man. I'm the first one who put Khaled in the songs. Like the show, like this show, like yo, I think Khaled part. Like I was a bigger vocalist for Khaled back in the days than Khaled. The fan of Khaled. I tell you, like that's my brother. Like I'm saying, like we standing up, shotters like posted up, right? I'm saying like if I'm fucked up, Khaled got me. If Khaled's fucked up, I got Khaled. Nothing changes till today. It don't matter what level you get to, what the energy is, right? The level of respect is the level of respect, right? I never asked anyone to sign to me. right? And I'm saying that as far as like these kind of artists, you know what I mean? I just look at it. We're gonna do brother to brother, sister to sister, right? If you good, I assume that I'm gonna be good. But I'm that nigga. I never, but don't know it's because I'm from the island. I've never accepted. Like I don't expect anything from you, because at the end of the day, like God got me, bro. You know how many people I know that got gazillions of dollars and wish that they could give it all up just so like their little daughter did not commit suicide in that little silence. Right? So at the end of the day, the way that I look at life is like you got that peace of mind, you feel content, everything is good. There's not a foot in America that I can't walk. There's not a step in America that speak whatever language you think that I can't go through by myself. Why? Because at the end of the day, respect that you get is going to be the respect that you get back. Not the respect, bro.
Can I ask you, going back to the music industry, you work with everybody and different genres, everything. Is there somebody that you worked with that have challenged you the most creatively? And maybe not music, but just mindset thinking.
Yeah, no, definitely. When I work with the legends, like that came before me, it's no joke. You know what I'm saying? Like being in the studio with Michael Jackson was crazy. Like I thought we could rock, man, but where's the movie and everything? Like it's, you know, like now we hear music is crazy. Being in the studio with like Whitney Houston, and I thought like, you know, we doing like My Love's Your Love. And then all of a sudden I hear a note in the track. As a producer, I gotta like, oh shit, man, I gotta tell Whitney she got it on flat. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's finally goes in the room. I'm like, wait, flat. She's like, nah, I ain't flat, baby. Just your everyone. So from the legend, man. So when I work with like Lil Wayne is like family. So when I work with like Wayne, like we have like this crazy connection. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a Libra thing or whatever. It's like learning from him. It's like the level of trade-off is insanity. You know what I'm saying? You got this guitar there. You know, I'm over there working on this and pick up the guitar and you know, I tell you though, because this is like, yo man, Clef, but like I've always rapped, you know what I'm saying? Part of my, I believe like everything you're supposed to get better with you doing the rap. But a little belief in my heart, I became a better rapper today because of Lil Wayne. Sure. Like being in the studio with him, right? Because you know, like you're producing, you know, just composing, you thinking of the top lines, you know what I'm saying? And you're like, yo man, you know, you're not thinking because once I have that formula cooking, you know what to do to deliver, you feel what I'm saying? So like Lil Wayne stop you in the process. It's like, yo, every bar gonna matter. You know what I'm saying, Chief? So that's I learned some stuff from him, you know what I'm saying, Chief? Also like I was in the studio with Jeffrey. You know what I'm saying? I was in the studio with Young Thug. And this was like before when? So that's it. It's Jeffrey. Talk about you later. It's so good. Bro. Funny? Yeah. So I would say again, like being in the studio with him, right? As opposed to being your home, we shot him at earlier. I was like, yo, Young Thug is looking for you. He got a song called Why Can't Chill? And you can't put the song out like clear it. So I went to Atlanta, spent some time with him in the studio, and it's like I'm from a different generation. Again, when we talk about the exchange of information, right? Because he was playing certain things that I still didn't hear that has came out, right? Because what happens is with the evolution, you got to be there when you go there, right? Because what happens is the crowd ain't gonna understand it, right? There's an artist called Avicii. He's like a little nephew, passed away, sweet. He literally invented. Wake me up when it's all over. So, maybe he's like, yo, man, I didn't think here, man. Like, he's like, yo, but Miami, bring out the piano, blah, 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 right? He's learning how to play piano. Man, he goes to bring down all this instrument, man, that all the crowd just booed him, right? But he stuck to his guns. He was like, yo, because certain things you gonna do, man, the crowd ain't gonna get it till years later. Yeah. So I've heard some stuff from Young Thug where for me, like I'm a fan of like Bob Dylan. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a rock head too. So some of the stuff like I was hearing his acoustic and how his vocal was going, I was like, yo, I wait for the day like that kind of stuff to come out. You know what I'm saying? Also spend a little time with Kodak Black. You know, Robert Levi. You know what I mean? And just seeing how the information translates from generation to generation, right? I think my relevancy is the curiosity of constantly wanting to be present to understand what's going on real time. And it's just not music necessarily.
You I'm listening to you talk, and I'm remembering just your catalog.
Yeah, you right here gonna lie. Yeah.
It's a lot. It's like it's a lot.
He popped it on us.
Yeah.
Some of that I forgot about it. I was like, oh shit. The whole album.
So when I'm listening, and I know a lot of people of certain generations hate to have to be compared to who's the new guy coming. Like we hate to say this person did new this, person knew that. But I just listened to Masego's album. Right?
Masego's
amazing. And he gives me like he's cut from your cloth. Like is there artists today that you hear today and you're like, you know what, they come from my cloth. Like they're a direct descendant of the Quincy Jones and all that. Are there people you hear today and say, yeah, those are people attached to my cloth?
I feel like, when I was coming out, like listening to people like Bob Marley and different people, like I wasn't trying to sound like Bob Marley, but somehow I just know how to go, like I heard it so much, like it rubbed, you know what I'm saying? So definitely I would say like, I can hear like within the generation, like you're always gonna hear something like you say, yo, this remind me of me, or like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get that. That's just a natural thing. That's if you really the one. Like you putting out good stuff and you vibing and people vibing. I was talking to Lauren like a couple.
Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. How you doing today, brother or sister? How y'all doing today?
Even like when we talk to a lot of people, even people you don't think you're inspiring them, they get inspired. Because when we was coming up, I would say one thing that we had was freedom. Like we had the freedom, the ability to just do what we wanted to do, and we really didn't care what people thought. You know what I'm saying to you? And I think that it's getting back to that freedom. But what I can do is tell you, within the United States of America, right? People be talking about, yo, music is not the same. It's blah 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 blah. Right? What happens is everything that we used to do, the rest of the world is doing it, and we forgot it. The number one market for hip hop in the world is France, right? And when you go to France, man, it's like you can hear someone, she's rhyming in French, she's like, this remind me of Wu-Tang. This remind me of Jay-Z. This remind me of Diggable Planets. It's like the variety is insane. I go to South Korea the other day, and they bring me to like a K-pop, almost like a K-pop university. And I walk in,
and all I see is artist development. And I'm like, damn, everything that we used to do here, it just seems like everybody else now is just doing it.
Yeah,
And
we're not stopping.
Yeah, it's like whatever we stop. You go to South Africa, the stadium is all 90s. Like I'm saying, like Brandy and Monica in South Africa could do 100 nights. Like anything from Jodeci will do 100 nights. Like everything that we like, we don't care about no more. The rest of the
They
world
appreciate that.
are learning it. They appreciate it. Look at Olivia Dean.
UK
Look at
R&B
the rest
fire.
of the world.
Yeah, UK R&B is
It's amazing.
is showing us how
UK R&B is amazing.
That UK R&B is
Soul.
like what we used to do.
It's soul.
Yes,
It's soul
yeah,
music. That's us.
Yeah,
20 years ago, 30 years ago.
So I feel like if we literally, I feel like, so I'm like, yo, what's going on, right? I've always had the international mindset, but I'm like, damn, did we forget like this is the United States of America? Like everything, swag, the movement, everything that we used to do is like being done somewhere else, and then they literally sell it back to us. So I just want y'all to be like, just so important.
Do you think the art for the bad?
3 trillion%. It's the bag before the art.
It's the notoriety. It's the fame before
Well,
because a lot of us still ain't got the shit.
It's like the label, is controlling the money, so the label don't really care about the product as much as the artist development to this point. They don't give a fuck because we in streaming. We got another nigga that can put out another bop and another bop and another bop.
It goes back to what you're saying. If you're a real artist with longevity, one thing you know you have to hate on is production, slaps, the craft. Like there's a reason why we can talk about a album 30 years from now, and it's still celebrated like, and it sounds fresh. It don't sound dated. It's none of that. A lot of stuff that we do today is short-sighted, short-term, and don't play the shit. So
I really like the ball. It'll be a song that I used to know the song. I used to know the artist all the time. I'd be like, who the fuck is that? I used to be like, you know the song. I don't know the song, but I want to know the artist. When we was coming up, we identified with the artist, not so much the single. You know what I'm saying? So much more to me.
when I said the for the art, right? I'm saying like the real artist now struggles. Because we don't even know what's on the algorithm, right? So like, sort of like, you know, I can't give too much away, but it's like we all know what we have to do, though, right? Because what happens is we in that position where we have these platforms where it's like if we don't put these artists on, like, because the next hill ain't gonna come from the YouTube or the TikTok. It's gonna come from y'all being somewhere and be like, yo, I think I found that, right? Because remember, that used to be called discovery. So that idea is sort of like, how do we get back to that? When I said that, right, you have to understand, to get to a certain amount of money, it took me a long time. Today, a kid can have one song for $10 million. I'm saying because, right, the brand, the song, right? So, if I get one profit, at the same time, we with these big platforms, we gotta be like, yo, how do we find the next that's not on the algorithm? We probably get that exposure because we don't have to pay exposure.
is personalizing that. Is the score or the quality your most important album that you made? One.
No, not at all. If ever, you know, Maddie's there, you guys are invited to come to my house one day. I could put the amazing Caribbean for y'all. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's going to be hospitality, whatever. I would just show you, like, when you come, you'll see something, and it's a plaque, right? And the plaque says 10 million. The plaque that says 10 million is a very interesting one because it goes from Carnival, Eclectic, Masquerade, everything y'all out of off of in America. The rest of the world caught up to us. Example. So what happens? All my albums are eclectic. So it'd be like
somebody ain't gonna fuck with it here. One person in the Congo will like it. So, cause I always felt like music will adapt to whichever part they want to be. So for me, the most amazing thing that every time I look back and I tell an artist, I say, yo, they used to tell me, if you not on Hot 97, you ain't possible. And then I watched 80% of my generation follow this idea. Like, versus me being on Hot 97, I said, I'm going to sing a song called Diallo. Once, y'all shot this African man all this time, I had to go. Chappelle, if I was president, I'm gonna start going in a whole nother route that has nothing to do with the radio, right? I was 30 years later, and when I show up in the stadium in the world, the stuff that they singing is the world music. So at the end of the day, I feel like the biggest thing that I tell artists to do, like, bro, just do music for the world. It's just a big ass world.
See, I jump out the lead over. I'm on this couch. I can't.
Yeah, somebody I know, because he dressed like I dressed when I was in church, like on vacation. That's his everyday killing.
One artist today, current artist today,
Blessed that you're asleep, and you think, I could work magic there.
I think that'll work. I think Olivia did. I think like super amazing. I think like as a producer, I think like an amazing dream to rock with her. I think she's amazing. I think she's amazing. I think like what she does, how long it took her to get there, to develop it and stuff. I feel like she's one of those that she can take it up.
now, you got a different process when you work with women. You have really successful records with like in the spans. It's the Shakira's, like you said, Destiny's Child, Lauren, Whitney. The creative process when you're working, or it's just great.
I think dudes don't trust me as much. You know what I'm saying?
How could that be?
I don't know. They don't trust. I don't know, because you see the number one thing when you, as a producer, like you can't like if you put you be like, okay, you got me, right? That means if you say I got you, then I mean you gotta trust the entire process, not a piece of the process. Because if you trust a piece of the process, it ain't gonna happen. You get what I'm saying? So I just say like mostly like when I work with dudes, it's cool, but they be like, oh, I know you got me, I know you got me, but they don't fully trust the process. Like I would just say the ones that I work with, you know what I'm saying? Somebody else could find, but it's like let me tell you, I'm in there with Shakira. Wonder, we chilling. And then I'm trying to do the beat. Wonder trying to do the beat. And I ain't gonna hold you. I'm completely distracted. It's Shakira over there. Yeah, he's distracted. You know what I mean? And I'm like, how the fuck we gonna do this beat? I'm distracted. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, you feel what I'm saying to you? And then she comes over, and you hear the Colombian accent,
Mm-hmm.
the record is not a hit if my hips don't move.
Wow. I gotta get
What? So yeah, but just to say, like these kind of process, right?
That's better than a dude in your ear, like, yo. I ain't moving. It's probably a different process. Oh, God.
You said if my shit don't jump.
You and T.I. T.I., one of the most amazing.
Y'all got a nice chemistry.
Yeah, me and T.I. got that. I got the same chemistry with T.I. But T.I., what you see is what you get. Like in the studio, like he's literally like genius like that. And then so we both trust each other. So like that's why that came out like that again. But there's like very few because you got to be completely confident within your structure to say because you're already Ti. I'm already Wyclef. So it's sort of like
So whatever you do, I can do me.
yeah. So it's like the respect is there. I know his magic and he know my magic. So like, but again, that's like a rare. You know what I'm saying to you? Like Ti is like a rare, like one. But again, whoever, because you see it right with like Dr. Dre, like different. Like when we look at the course of all of the great producers, when they be like, "Yo, I'm gonna put my hands on an entire project." It's like for it to work, the complete trust has to be within pilot and co-pilot. Sorry, that makes sense.
Cliff, you used to have one of the biggest and best studios in Manhattan. Do you still enjoy the big studio experience, or do you like to work from like a home studio or like a location vibe now?
Yeah, so
Hello, viewer. I'm about to switch games right now, so I'll be right back.
You know what I'm saying? So my cousin Jerry Wonder,
I'm about to jump to Warframe. So
like when it comes to studio, I don't think Jerry.
if you need help on Warframe or whatnot, let me know.
Gears and all kind of stuff.
I appreciate you watching me. I really do appreciate it. Thank
I
you.
just like Sting from the Police. So